Have you walked into a room and completely forgotten why you went there? Do you struggle to remember the name of someone you just met 5 minutes ago? Maybe you've spent 15 frustrating minutes searching for your car keys only to find them in your hand. Or perhaps you've missed important appointments, forgotten to take your medication, or can't quite recall what you had for breakfast this morning. If you're over 60 and nodding your head right now, I need you to pay very close attention. Because what I'm about to share with you could literally change your life and reverse the memory loss that's been stealing your independence and confidence. This isn't about accepting memory decline as just another inevitable part of aging. This isn't about expensive supplements, complicated medical treatments, or prescription medications with dangerous side effects. What if I told you that there's one powerful food that you can add to your breakfast starting tomorrow morning that has been scientifically proven to restore memory function, sharpen cognitive abilities, and protect your brain from further deterioration? I'm talking about real, measurable results that you can experience within weeks, not months or years. The research is absolutely groundbreaking, and thousands of people over 60 are already experiencing remarkable improvements in their memory, focus, and mental clarity. But here's what makes this so urgent. Every single day that passes without taking action is another day of potential brain cell damage, another day of neural connections weakening, another day of memories slipping away that you might never get back. Your brain is the most precious organ in your body, controlling everything from your personality and emotions to your ability to live independently and recognize your loved ones. Memory loss doesn't just affect you. It impacts your relationships, your confidence, your ability to drive, manage finances, cook safely, and maintain the lifestyle you've worked your entire life to enjoy. The fear of cognitive decline, dementia, and Alzheimer's disease keeps millions of seniors awake at night, worrying about becoming a burden to their families or losing themselves completely. But what if you could take control right now? What if you could fight back against memory loss with something as simple as changing what you eat for breakfast? The human brain is incredibly resilient and has an amazing capacity for healing and regeneration, even after 60, 70, or 80 years of life. Neuroscientists call this neuroplasticity, and it means your brain can form new connections, grow new cells, and restore lost functions when given the right nutrients and support. The food I'm going to reveal to you today contains specific compounds that act like fertilizer for your brain cells, protecting them from damage, reducing inflammation, improving blood flow, and literally reversing the biological aging process happening inside your skull right now. This isn't some miracle cure or magic pill. This is legitimate nutritional science backed by peer-reviewed research from leading universities and medical institutions around the world. The best part is that this powerful brain food is probably available at your local grocery store right now. It's affordable for almost any budget, and it tastes absolutely delicious, making it incredibly easy to incorporate into your daily breakfast routine without any complicated meal planning or cooking skills required. So, if you're ready to reclaim your memory, sharpen your mind, boost your confidence, and protect your brain for the years ahead, stay with me, because everything you need to know is coming up next. But before we dive into this life-changing information, I need your help for just a moment. If you're serious about improving your memory and cognitive health, please hit that like button right now. This tells me you're engaged and want more content that can transform your health. Your like helps other people over 60 who are struggling with memory loss find this crucial information. Think about your friends, your siblings, maybe your spouse who's also dealing with memory problems. By engaging with this content, you're helping them discover solutions they desperately need. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel with notifications turned on, because I'm constantly sharing breakthrough research and practical strategies for healthy aging, brain health, and longevity. Understanding this content fully is critical, because your brain health isn't something you can afford to get wrong. Memory loss and cognitive decline are serious issues affecting every aspect of your life, and the information I'm sharing today could be the difference between maintaining your independence and losing it. Turn off distractions, silence your phone, and commit to watching this entire video because every detail matters. Drop a comment below and let me know where you're watching from and what your biggest memory challenge is right now. Are you forgetting names? Losing things constantly? Missing appointments? Let me know because I read every comment. Let's talk about what's really happening inside your brain after 60 and why so many people are experiencing frustrating memory problems that seem to worsen every month. Memory loss after 60 is incredibly common, affecting approximately 40% of people in this age group, but it is absolutely not inevitable. Studies show cognitive decline accelerates significantly after age 60, with brain volume shrinking by approximately 5% per decade, and the hippocampus losing about 1% of its volume every year. Your brain cells are exposed daily to oxidative stress, inflammation, reduced blood flow, and free radical damage that literally ages your brain faster than the rest of your body. The modern diet, loaded with processed foods, sugar, and unhealthy fats, makes this exponentially worse by depriving your brain of essential nutrients while increasing inflammation. Environmental toxins, chronic stress, poor sleep, lack of exercise, and social isolation all contribute to this perfect storm of cognitive decline affecting millions worldwide. Memory loss progressively steals your independence, confidence, and quality of life. When you can't remember if you took your medication, you risk serious health complications. When you forget you left the stove on, you risk burning down your house. When you can't recall directions to familiar places, you risk getting lost. When you forget important family events, your relationships suffer and you feel isolated and embarrassed. Many people over 60 withdraw from social activities because they're terrified of forgetting names. And this isolation accelerates cognitive decline even further. The fear of Alzheimer's looms large, and rightfully so, because approximately 1 in 9 people over 65 will develop it. But here's incredibly good news. You are not helpless, and there is absolutely something you can do right now that can make a dramatic difference. The solution is natural, accessible, affordable, and backed by compelling scientific research. This isn't about accepting decline as inevitable. This is about taking control with a simple dietary change that targets the root causes of memory loss. Neuroscience now understands that the brain has remarkable healing and regenerative capabilities throughout your entire life. This neuroplasticity means your brain can rewire itself, create new pathways, grow new cells, and restore lost functions when given proper nutritional support. There is one particular food containing an almost perfect combination of brain-protecting, memory-enhancing compounds in remarkable concentrations. This food has been the subject of numerous clinical trials focused on cognitive function in older adults, and the results have been extraordinary. We're talking about measurable improvements in memory recall, processing speed, attention span, and overall cognitive performance. This isn't anecdotal evidence. This is hard scientific data showing real improvements in real people just like you. So what is this powerful brain food? The answer is walnuts. Now stay with me, because what I'm about to explain will completely change how you think about this incredible nut. Walnuts are literally shaped like a human brain, which is nature's hint about their primary benefit, and they contain a unique nutritional profile, making them arguably the most powerful food for cognitive health available anywhere. When you look at a walnut closely, you'll notice it has 2 hemispheres with wrinkles and folds, remarkably similar to your brain's structure. The reason walnuts are so extraordinary comes down to their exceptional concentration of compounds that directly impact neurological function. First, walnuts are the richest plant-based source of alpha-linolenic acid, an omega-3 fatty acid absolutely critical for brain structure and function. Your brain is approximately 60% fat, and the quality of fats you consume directly determines the quality of your brain cell membranes, controlling everything from neurotransmitter signaling to inflammation levels to communication speed between neurons. When your brain cells have healthy, flexible membranes made from high-quality omega-3 fats, they function optimally. Beyond omega-3s, walnuts are loaded with powerful antioxidants including polyphenols, vitamin E, and melatonin that protect brain cells from oxidative damage. Antioxidants neutralize free radicals before they cause harm, and walnuts contain more than twice the antioxidant content of other commonly consumed nuts. The polyphenols in walnuts can cross the blood-brain barrier, and once inside your brain, they reduce inflammation, protect neurons from dying, and stimulate growth of new brain cells in the hippocampus. Walnuts also contain significant amounts of vitamin B6, folate, and other B vitamins essential for producing neurotransmitters like serotonin, dopamine, and acetylcholine, which control your mood, motivation, focus, and memory formation. Many people over 60 are deficient in B vitamins, and this deficiency contributes significantly to memory problems. The mineral content is also remarkable, with substantial amounts of magnesium supporting over 300 biochemical reactions, including many crucial for brain function and copper essential for myelin production. Myelin is the protective coating around nerve fibers, allowing electrical signals to travel quickly and efficiently. Another fascinating component is melatonin, which most associate only with sleep, but it's actually one of the most powerful antioxidants in your brain. Walnuts also contain compounds that help reduce formation of amyloid plaques and tau tangles, the hallmark abnormalities found in Alzheimer's patients. The unique combination of healthy fats, antioxidants, vitamins, minerals, and protective compounds creates a synergistic effect where the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Let's dive into how walnuts work inside your brain to protect memory and reverse cognitive decline. The omega-3 fatty acids, specifically alpha-linolenic acid, get converted into longer-chain omega-3s called EPA and DHA. DHA makes up approximately 25% of total fat in your brain, heavily concentrated in areas responsible for memory, learning, and emotional regulation. When DHA levels are optimal, neurons have fluid, flexible membranes allowing neurotransmitters to pass through easily, creating rapid and accurate communication between brain cells. This translates directly into better memory formation, faster recall, improved focus, and sharper cognitive function. When DHA levels are low, membranes become rigid, signals get delayed, and cognitive performance deteriorates. The anti-inflammatory effects are equally important because chronic inflammation is now recognized as a primary driver of cognitive decline. Neuroinflammation occurs when your immune system overreacts to triggers including poor diet, stress, infections, and toxins. When chronic, it creates a toxic environment where brain cells are constantly attacked and memory circuits fall apart. Omega-3s reduce production of inflammatory cytokines while increasing anti-inflammatory compounds that protect neurons. This shift can happen relatively quickly with adequate omega-3 intake. The antioxidants work through a different mechanism that's equally important. Every day, your brain generates free radicals as byproducts of energy production, and as you age, your natural antioxidant production declines. Free radicals accumulate, causing oxidative stress that damages proteins, fats, and DNA throughout your brain. The polyphenols in walnuts, particularly ellagic acid and urolithins, effectively neutralize free radicals and reduce oxidative stress. These compounds cross the blood-brain barrier and accumulate in areas most vulnerable to damage. Urolithins, produced by gut bacteria breaking down walnut compounds, trigger autophagy, a cellular cleanup process where damaged proteins get broken down and recycled. B vitamins play crucial roles through several pathways. Vitamin B6 is essential for producing neurotransmitters including serotonin, dopamine, and GABA. Folate and B12 work together regulating homocysteine levels, critically important because elevated homocysteine is a major risk factor for cognitive decline and dementia. The impact on cerebral blood flow is another crucial mechanism. Your brain requires approximately 20% of total blood flow, despite being only 2% of body weight. As you age, blood flow decreases due to stiffening vessels and reduced nitric oxide production. The compounds in walnuts improve endothelial function, leading to better blood flow and significantly better cognitive performance. The effects on neuroplasticity and neurogenesis are perhaps most exciting. Your brain can generate new neurons throughout life through neurogenesis and form new connections through neuroplasticity. The compounds in walnuts stimulate neurogenesis in the hippocampus, leading to growth of new neurons that can form new memories and strengthen existing circuits. The scientific evidence supporting walnuts for memory improvement is overwhelming. A landmark study in the Journal of Nutrition, Health, and Aging followed over 600 seniors for 2 years and found those consuming walnuts daily showed significantly better memory scores, faster processing speed, and improved concentration. Improvements were most pronounced in participants with lowest cognitive scores, meaning people already experiencing memory problems benefited most. Another study at UCLA examined over 20,000 adults and found a dose-dependent relationship where more walnut consumption associated with better cognitive performance, especially in adults over 60. People eating walnuts daily scored significantly higher on tests of memory, concentration, and processing speed. Research from Barcelona found older adults consuming approximately 30 grams of walnuts daily experienced improvements equivalent to reversing cognitive aging by several years. The study used sophisticated testing measuring working memory, episodic memory, and executive function. Improvements were seen across all domains, demonstrating walnuts provide comprehensive cognitive benefits. A fascinating study in nutrients examined brain imaging before and after 6 months of daily walnut consumption and found actual structural changes, including increased connectivity between brain regions and preserved volume in areas that typically shrink with age. This shows walnuts aren't just temporarily boosting function but changing brain structure in ways supporting better long-term cognitive health. Research specifically on Alzheimer's prevention showed regular walnut consumption associated with significantly lower risk. A study following thousands of older adults for over a decade found those consuming nuts at least 5 times weekly had 43% lower risk of developing Alzheimer's. Among participants with mild cognitive impairment, those eating walnuts regularly were much less likely to progress to full Alzheimer's. Laboratory studies found walnut extract significantly reduces formation of amyloid beta plaques and toe tangles and can actually dissolve existing plaques in laboratory models. Short-term intervention studies demonstrated cognitive improvements can begin within 8 to 12 weeks of daily consumption. One study with 43 grams daily for 8 weeks showed significant improvements in working memory and processing speed, accompanied by increases in brain-derived neurotrophic factor. The inflammation-reducing effects have been documented in numerous studies. Regular consumption reduced C-reactive protein, interleukin-6, and tumor necrosis factor alpha by 23% after just 6 weeks. Since chronic inflammation drives Alzheimer's and dementia, these anti-inflammatory effects provide another powerful protective mechanism. Benefits extend beyond memory to include improvements in mood and emotional well-being. Several studies found regular walnut consumption associated with lower rates of depression and anxiety, making sense given omega-3s regulate neurotransmitters involved in mood. Now drop a comment and tell me if you're starting to see why walnuts are so powerful for your brain. Let's talk about practically incorporating walnuts into your daily breakfast. The beauty of walnuts is their incredible versatility. The simplest method is grabbing a handful of raw walnuts and eating them plain alongside your breakfast. This requires zero preparation and takes seconds, perfect for busy mornings. Keep a container on your counter and portion out approximately 1 ounce, which equals about 7 whole walnuts or 14 halves. Some find raw walnuts slightly bitter, so you can lightly toast them in a dry skillet for a few minutes, bringing out natural sweetness. Just don't overtoast, as excessive heat damages beneficial fats. If you eat oatmeal, adding walnuts transforms it into a complete brain-boosting powerhouse. Simply prepare your oatmeal however you normally would and stir in chopped walnuts before eating. The combination of complex carbohydrates with healthy fats and protein creates perfectly balanced, sustained energy and mental clarity without blood sugar crashes. Enhance this further by adding fresh berries, a drizzle of honey, and a sprinkle of cinnamon. For those preferring yogurt, creating a brain-healthy parfait is incredibly easy and delicious. Start with plain, unsweetened yogurt, providing beneficial probiotics for gut health, which connects directly to brain health through the gut-brain axis. Layer in chopped walnuts, fresh berries, maybe sliced banana, some granola, and a light drizzle of honey. The probiotics in yogurt influence brain function through gut microbiome effects, and combined with omega-3s and antioxidants from walnuts, you're giving your brain support from multiple angles. Smoothies are another fantastic vehicle, especially for people who prefer drinking breakfast. Create a nutrient-dense brain-boosting smoothie by blending walnuts, frozen banana for creaminess, a cup of berries, a handful of leafy greens, and liquid-like almond milk. Walnuts get completely pulverized, adding rich, creamy texture, while providing all those brain-healthy fats. Customize by adding cocoa powder for chocolate flavor and additional antioxidants, protein powder, or ground flax seeds for extra omega-3s and fiber. If you enjoy eggs, sprinkle chopped walnuts on top of scrambled eggs, omelets, or frittatas. This combination might sound unusual, but the savory eggs with slightly sweet walnuts is quite delicious. For bread-based breakfasts, spread almond or peanut butter on toast and sprinkle chopped walnuts on top, creating a satisfying, protein-rich breakfast. You can also use walnut butter or buy whole grain bread with walnuts baked in. For those who meal prep, making homemade walnut granola or breakfast bars on weekends gives grab-and-go options throughout the week. A simple granola includes rolled oats, chopped walnuts, honey for binding, coconut oil, and spices like cinnamon. Bake at low temperature until golden and crispy, then store in an airtight container. One creative approach is having walnuts as part of a breaking the fast meal later in the morning if you practice intermittent fasting. Have walnuts with cheese and fruit, or make a simple walnut and apple snack. The key is consistency matters far more than perfection. Better to eat small amounts daily than large amounts occasionally. Your brain needs consistent delivery of these protective compounds. Understanding optimal walnut amounts is crucial for maximizing benefits while avoiding potential downsides. Scientific consensus indicates consuming approximately 1 ounce daily, equaling roughly 28 grams or about 7 whole walnuts or 14 halves, provides optimal brain protective benefits. This serving has been used in most clinical trials, showing significant improvements, and represents a sweet spot delivering substantial beneficial compounds while keeping calories reasonable at approximately 185 calories per ounce. Some studies used up to 1.5 ounces or 43 grams daily with excellent results, so there's flexibility, but 1 ounce should be considered minimum effective dose. Walnuts are calorie-dense due to high fat content, though these are extremely healthy fats your body needs. If watching weight, make small adjustments elsewhere in your eating plan. Research suggests, despite calorie density, walnuts don't lead to weight gain when consumed moderately as part of balanced diet. In fact, some studies found regular nut consumption associated with easier weight management, possibly because protein, fiber, and healthy fats increase satiety and reduce cravings. Timing matters less than daily consistency, but having them at breakfast ensures you get them before getting busy and forgetting. Having healthy fats and protein at breakfast stabilizes blood sugar throughout morning and provides sustained energy and mental clarity. In terms of preparation, raw walnuts retain maximum nutritional value. If toasting, use low to medium heat for just a few minutes. Avoid buying walnuts roasted in oil or coated with salt or sugar, as these eliminate health benefits and add unnecessary sodium and sugar. Always choose plain, unsalted walnuts from stores with high turnover, ensuring freshness. Store in an airtight container in cool, dark place, or refrigerator or freezer to extend shelf life and preserve omega-3s from oxidation. Fresh walnuts should smell pleasant and nutty, not bitter or paint-like, indicating rancidity. Now let's address important considerations and contraindications. If you have tree nut allergy, you absolutely cannot consume walnuts as they could trigger life-threatening allergic reaction. If never eaten walnuts before, start with very small amount and watch for any allergic reaction signs. For people taking blood-thinning medications, inform your doctor about adding walnuts as omega-3s have mild blood-thinning properties. People with digestive conditions like IBS or IBD may need caution with nuts. If managing diabetes, walnuts are actually excellent choice with minimal blood sugar impact, but monitor response when first adding them. One question is whether walnut oil provides same benefits, and answer is while it contains some omega-3s, it lacks fiber, protein, antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals, so whole walnuts are definitely superior. One of most common questions is how soon you can expect results and what improvements to anticipate. Timeline varies significantly depending on current cognitive status, overall diet quality, age, genetics, lifestyle habits, and severity of existing memory problems. Some people report noticing subtle improvements in mental clarity and focus within just a few weeks, likely related to immediate anti-inflammatory effects and improved blood flow happening relatively quickly with adequate omega-3s and antioxidants. You might notice feeling mentally sharper in mornings, concentrating longer without mind wandering, or experiencing fewer tip-of-the-tongue moments. These subtle early improvements are encouraging signs walnuts are beginning to work, but more substantial and lasting changes typically take longer, usually 2 to 3 months of consistent daily consumption. This aligns with what researchers observed in clinical trials, where measurable improvements in memory test scores typically become apparent after 8 to 12 weeks. The reason for this timeline is beneficial structural changes in your brain, including improvements in neuronal health, increased brain connectivity, enhanced neurogenesis, and repair of damaged neural pathways, all take time to develop and are cumulative processes building upon themselves day after day. Think of it like going to the gym. You don't expect major muscle growth after 1 or 2 workouts. But with consistent effort over months, transformation becomes undeniable. Same principle applies to brain health through nutritional interventions. During first month, your body is adjusting to increased omega-3s, antioxidants, and beneficial compounds beginning to incorporate into cell membranes throughout nervous system, reduce inflammation, neutralize free radicals, and support neurotransmitter production. You may not consciously notice dramatic changes, but important foundational work is happening at cellular level that will pay dividends in coming weeks. By second and third month, most people begin experiencing more noticeable improvements, going beyond just feeling sharper. You might find you're remembering names and faces more easily, less frequently walking into rooms forgetting why, following complex conversations more easily, or performing better at mentally demanding tasks. These improvements reflect cumulative benefits of reduced neuroinflammation, enhanced cerebral blood flow, improved neuronal membrane function, increased neurotransmitter production, and beginning stages of neuroplasticity and neurogenesis. After 3 to 6 months, cognitive benefits typically become even more pronounced and stable, when many people experience what feels like genuine restoration of memory and mental sharpness they thought was permanently lost. It's crucial to understand walnuts work best as part of comprehensive brain-healthy lifestyle rather than magic bullet. Cognitive benefits will be significantly amplified if you also prioritize adequate quality sleep, regular physical exercise, stress management, social engagement, mental stimulation, and avoiding harmful substances. Comment below, are you ready to commit to walnuts for next 3 months? Type yes walnuts if you're making this commitment today. So here we are at the end of this journey, and if you've stayed with me this entire time, I want to personally thank you. The fact you're still here tells me you're serious about your cognitive health and ready to make this simple but powerful change of adding walnuts to your breakfast every morning starting tomorrow. Everything we've discussed today is useless unless you actually apply it, and that's where most people fail. They watch videos like this, get excited and motivated, but tomorrow morning they fall back into same old habits and nothing changes. I don't want that to be you. Here's exactly what I want you to do in next 24 hours. First, go to your local grocery store or place an online order right now for raw, unsalted walnuts. I mean literally right now. Pause this video if needed. Add walnuts to your shopping list because if you don't have them in your house tomorrow morning, you won't eat them. Buy enough for at least 2 weeks. Second, decide right now what your walnut breakfast routine will be. Are you adding them to oatmeal, mixing into yogurt, blending in smoothie, eating plain with eggs? Pick one specific method fitting your current breakfast habits. Third, set a reminder on your phone or put a note on your refrigerator saying, "Eat your walnuts," so you don't forget. Fourth, tell someone about your commitment to eating walnuts daily for brain health. Social accountability is one of most powerful tools for maintaining behavior change. Fifth, commit to 12 weeks for evaluating results and mark it on your calendar. This prevents giving up prematurely before full benefits develop. For those thinking this sounds too simple, understand that many of most powerful health interventions are remarkably simple, inexpensive, and accessible. The scientific evidence supporting walnuts for cognitive health is as strong as evidence supporting many prescription medications, with added benefits of 0 negative side effects and multiple additional health benefits. Your brain is crying out for help, and walnuts provide exactly the nutritional support that can make measurable difference. Now before you go, I need 3 things. First, smash that like button if this video has given you hope you can improve your memory. Every like helps more people discover this crucial information. Second, subscribe to this channel right now and hit that notification bell so you never miss future videos on healthy aging, brain health, nutrition, and longevity. Third, and most important, leave a comment right now saying, "I commit to walnuts," and tell me what your biggest memory challenge is. Your public declaration will help hold you accountable and inspire others. Remember, you have tremendous power over your cognitive future, and choices you make today determine your brain health years from now. Starting tomorrow morning with a handful of walnuts is such a simple, achievable first step. There's absolutely no reason not to do it. Don't let another day go by passively accepting memory loss when you have power to fight back. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end, and I can't wait to hear about your results. Now click on the next video appearing on your screen, where I reveal another powerful food protecting against Alzheimer's. Here's to your cognitive health, independence, and vibrant future.